The 1970s, a time when the world was caught between simplicity and transformation. The generation that is now in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, their mindset, their habits, all of it grew from the deep soil of that era. A soil that held war, a longing for peace, and the dream of a new world. People who grew up in the 1970s are still different on the inside. Their hearts aren't hard, they're simply tired, because they watched change unfold right before their eyes. They came of age in a time when technology existed, but humanity still came first. Conversations were slower. Waiting was normal, and promises were sacred. That's why they still value consistency so deeply. They don't believe in instant results. They know that good things take time. And maybe that's why they're surprised when they see today's generation so impatient. The 1970s generation didn't belong to social media. They belonged to neighborhood streets and to laughter shared under streetlights. That's why their sense of community is so strong. They don't replace relationships, they repair them. Loyalty lives in them like an instinct. If they consider you a friend, you're protected for life. But if you break their trust, they fall silent because they don't answer noise with noise. They live life a little slower, a little deeper, and with more thoughtfulness. Kids in the 1970s didn't play. They explored the world. A bicycle was freedom, the radio was a companion, and the TV came on only in the evening. That's why their attention span is still strong today. They listen fully, then respond. Because they weren't raised by distractions. Their independence is intense. They grew up self-reliant. They often struggle to accept help because they learned to depend on themselves their whole lives. But within this independence lies a quiet exhaustion, a tiredness they don't show. For this generation, boundaries are crystal clear. They recognize respect through actions, not words. They don't take commitments casually. If they say yes, they try their best to follow through. And if they say no, there's a solid reason behind it. One of their strongest traits is resilience. They don't turn problems into drama. They get through them. Because they learned to live in a time when choices were few, but expectations were many. In the 1970s, people fixed things. They didn't throw them away. That mindset still shows in their relationships today. They don't run from difficult people. They try to understand them, because empathy comes naturally to them. But here's another truth. This generation hides their feelings. They were never taught how to be vulnerable. They were taught, don't cry, be strong. And that's why they still struggle to express themselves. But the truth is, they are incredibly soft-hearted. Nostalgia is their strength, and memories are their treasure. They appreciate music because in their time, lyrics had meaning. They cherish moments because their childhood was slow. The generation of the 1970s grew up between two different worlds, one analog, the other digital. That's why they carry such a beautiful balance within them. They don't fear change, but they don't accept it blindly either. They read life through observation, and they understand people through their eyes. And maybe that's why they remain one of the most intellectual, thoughtful, and emotionally wise generations we have today.